When it comes to winter, our eating habits go out the window. So if you are keen to not pack on the kilos this winter, our vital expert Andrea du Plessis is about to give us some great tips on how to beat the winter hunger pangs and of course the winter bulge with some really great recipes this winter, especially when it comes to soup.
Yes, you know, in winter all of us want to eat. I mean, as soon as the first cold front hit the Cape, I remember I couldn't stop eating. And it's a natural reflex or instinct, really. So the magic with soup is it warms the body and it helps in that way also to control those cravings and so on. And it's also highly nutritious. And
it's also sometimes very quick and easy to make, and it goes a long way, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there are soups that you can whip up in 15 minutes. There are lots of soups that you can make a big pot of and freeze portions for yourself, so it can go a long way.
I love that. Now, I see you've prepared some examples of what we could add to our soups this morning. Do you want to take us through what you've got here?
Yes, the first thing you won't see on the table is instant soup. So it's all about using fresh ingredients. And winter is the time to go shopping for veggies. I mean, all these things are available to us. So the first thing I want to explain is if you're watching your weight and you don't want to pile on the kilos in winter, try and reduce the starch content and the fat content of your soups. So try not to use too much oil. And so if you have to brown your onions, try and do that in a non-stick pan rather. Try not to add cream. You can add yogurt instead.
Nice.
And then also, when you try to reduce the starch content, that's where you need to be selective about your veggies.
Okay.
So the free veggies that are the lowest in calories are these ones over here.
Okay.
So we've got cabbage, spinach, peppers, baby marrows, tomatoes, mushrooms. So technically you can use as much of those veggies as you want.
Fortunately, I love all of those that you've just mentioned there, so that's one tick on the list already. I like that.
In fact, I can see a soup happening over here.
Yes, already. That's awesome.
And then the second class of veggies are your medium veg. They don't contain that much starch, which is also good to use. So it's like turnips, onions, carrots, and you see the butternut is there.
Yes.
People think butternut is a starch, but it's not. If you go and look at the actual starch content, it's classified as a medium veg.
But these are also things that I think of as the great flavors in a soup, like the onions and the pumpkin as well, and the butternut. Those are really nice things.
Definitely, especially if you use onions and tomatoes in soup, you need less salt because they have their own natural salts.
Fantastic. And then here we come to the really interesting section in the middle.
Yes, the starchy veg, if you're watching your weight, you can use in moderation. So that would be potato, sweet potato, peas and corn.
Okay, so those are the ones that you want to stay away from?
Well, if you're on a weight loss diet, probably, and if you're watching your weight, just use these in moderation.
In moderation,
yes.
Okay, not a problem.
We don't want to say they're bad, because there's nothing wrong with them, but they're high starch veggies, yes.
Okay, wonderful. What's next?
Then pulses are absolutely the thing to put into soups for winter. So you've got your chickpeas here, beans or lentils. Now they add protein, which is a valuable nutrient in our diets, and also if you have lots of cravings, by adding pulses into and dried beans into your soup, it lowers the glycemic index or the GI value, which means it releases your energy in a sustained way so that your appetite stays in control.
Fantastic.
And that makes a meal of a bowl of soup, definitely.
Now, which one of these ingredients can we use for maximum flavor, but with the lowest kilojoules?
Well, in that case, I actually have some magic here, the vital soy sauce.
Nice.
Now, last winter was the first time I started cooking soups with soy sauce because I was experimenting with recipes. And it's absolute magic. I mean, the vital soy sauce, this one has 60% less sodium.
Fantastic.
So for those individuals with high blood pressure or that want to cut down their salt intake, this one specifically is lovely in soups, garlic, ginger and sesame flavor. And you add a lot more flavor for less salt. So it is a wonderful way to do that. The other thing you can use is stock, so like chicken stock or vegetable stock. But soy sauce is magic. You only need, for a medium pot of soup, you need about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And before we forget, it's very important for the immune system, garlic and lemon.
Oh, wonderful.
Also works wonders in a soup to add flavor. It's always nice to squeeze a bit of fresh lemon juice into your soup.
Soup is definitely the best antidote for those chilly winter days. And for more information on this and other recipes, you can go to Andrea's Facebook page, which is Andrea du Plessis, Vital Expert.
Be whoever you need to be with Vital.